But we start tonight with school districts across southeast Wisconsin revisiting coronavirus safety measures, some pulling away from face masks and quarantine protocols. Mary Jo Ola reports the moves are concerning to health professionals.
In a narrow vote, the school district of Waukesha School Board voted Tuesday night not to quarantine students or staff identified as a close contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19, is presumed positive, or waiting for test results. In a letter, the school district says it will continue contact tracing and informing close contacts so people can decide to self-quarantine. In Oconomowoc, the school board discussed making face masks optional.
When does it end? The goal line just keeps moving a little bit farther every time we try and end the mandate. Many of us tonight, we're ready for this mandate to end immediately.
The virus, as I said, is not yet finished with us. The vaccines are being rolled out. We need to hold the line here in Oconomowoc to the end of the school year.
The board voted to continue requiring face masks indoors and optional outside for the remainder of the school year.
We know mitigation measures like ventilation, social distancing, isolation, quarantines, those work. And so it makes me really nervous, especially when we hear about the face mask possibly being pulled.
Dr. Kristen Bensick is a pediatrician with Children's Wisconsin Bayshore and a mother. She says with 22% of new infections in the country coming among kids, now is not the time to pull back.
And the other thing we have to think about is we have these new variants out there, which are much more contagious. And so we don't know the data on these variants in schools yet. We know the data on the original COVID.
Dr. Ryan Westergaard with the Wisconsin Department of Health Services notes making face masks optional on campuses creates confusion and leads to less masking.
Children are not, it's true that they are at lower risk for severe disease, but their risk is not zero, and the risk and the consequences can be serious. So we need to use all the tools we have to.
While the school district of Waukesha got rid of its required quarantine, the CDC guidance is much more specific. It says close contacts who aren't fully vaccinated should get tested and quarantined. People who are asymptomatic and recovered from COVID in the last 3 months or asymptomatic and fully vaccinated don't need to. Now, close contacts who test positive or show symptoms should isolate, according to the CDC. Mary Jo Ola, TMJ4 News.
Mary Jo, thank you. Cedarburg and Oconomowoc school districts recently decided to keep their mask policies in place for the rest of the school year. A majority of schools responding to a survey by the Waterford Union Schools said that they are also keeping their requirements. Only 6 out of 85 surveyed said it was optional. A big decision